Oh my gosh, look at that fish, Pete. Oh my gosh, look at that fish, Pete. There we go. Another, look at that. Got him, you got him, you got him. Oh, nice fish. The head is what it's. The head is big. That is just incredible. Look at the size of that thing. Look at that walleye. Come on, hard. Welcome to John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. Today's show is brought to you by Mercury Marine, #1 on the water, by Bass Pro Shops, by Fravel, innovating the outdoors, by your Toyota dealer, by Mills Fleet Farm, your fishing gear headquarters, by Yamaha, ATVs and snowmobiles, by Bitzer Creek Zip Lures, by Leinenkugels, by Menards, and by Johnsonville Brats. Welcome to John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. I'll tell you folks, neither rain nor sleet nor snow will keep us from doing a show. And we got all three today. We're up in Eagle River with our buddy Kerry Beaver, who is a Mercury Pro staffer, a pro bass angler, and a fishing guide. And you're going to show me something unique today. Smallmouth bass fishing in November?
You bet. A lot of guys are arguing about what they want to do this time of year. Wisconsin has so much to offer. And the biggest myth about bass fishing is that you can't do it once the water gets below about 50 degrees. Well, we're going to show them different today.
Well, we had 3 inches of snow that fell last night up here in this area. We got high humidity, a little bit of drizzle. We got no wind. How are these conditions?
I think they're going to be okay. It's probably harder on us than it is to fish, but when you're catching fish, it's easier to stay warm.
I can't believe you're going to get me a smallmouth bass today?
You bet.
Oh, cool.
A bunch of them.
Oh, cool. I'll show you Kerry's techniques, folks, what he's using and how he's using it. All of that coming up right after this.
I've always been an Optimax fan, and the new Mercury 115 horsepower Optimax is an awesome engine. Not only does it deliver the acceleration I want, but it's lighter, more powerful, and just as clean as most 4-strokes in its class. Optimax is 45% more fuel efficient than traditional 2-strokes. If you want that kind of power and performance working for you, go with the new 115 Optimax and go for the max. Mercury, #1 on the water.
I want a car with a real sense of style.
Give me good looks with power.
Toyota's got it with the all-new 04 Solara, where style and value come together with an available 225 horsepower V6, and it has a starting price of under $20,000. Look what else the all-new Solara has. Low 1.9% financing for 48 months. So hurry. See your local Toyota dealer today.
Look at that one blast that thing.
All right.
At Bass Pro Shops, we know these are the times of your life.
I got a fish here.
He's ahead.
Oh, man.
Be ready for them.
Look at that fish.
That's a nice fish.
No matter how you like to shop, get more outdoors for your money with Bass Pro Shops.
Welcome back, folks. As I mentioned at the top of the program, it's a snowy, sleety day, and we're up in the Eagle River area, and we're fishing smallmouth bass with guide Kerry Beaver. And Kerry, I'll tell you, if you can catch me a smallmouth bass in November in snow, you're going to prove me wrong. I've never heard of guys doing this before.
Well, it's one of the biggest myths about bass fishing is that you can't catch them once the water gets cold, but they're like everything else, you know, they know what's coming next, and they're going to feed up before they do it, and it's some of the best bass fishing of the year, and for some really, really big fish.
Cool. Now, what you're doing is you're fishing steep drop-offs, and you got me rigged up with a, what is this thing called?
That's a spider grub.
Okay.
It mimics a crayfish, basically. We got it on a 1/4-ounce football head. I really prefer football heads this time of year because of the increased surface area of that head, you get better feel.
Okay.
And we're going to be fishing hard bottom areas, rock, and we're going to fish it real slow. And as this thing nuzzles up against a rock, it tends to rock forward like that. Looks like a little crayfish. Now, most of the crayfish are hiding out already,
right,
like we maybe should be, but smallmouths in particular are so geared up for eating crayfish that they don't go reason that it's the wrong time of the year, so they're going to take advantage and they're going to eat when they can.
Cool. Well, go ahead. Prove me wrong here, buddy.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Hey, first cast of the day, folks. First cast of the day. I got one on here, Kerry. This is fun, buddy. I'll tell you, this is fun. Wow. First cast of the day, man. Ooh, look at that bass.
That's a toad.
Look at that smallmouth. Oh, my gosh. Look at that bass, folks. Holy cow, look at that pig. Oh, man. That was the first cast of the day. Look at that fish.
Come here.
Oh, my gosh, folks. Wait till you turn around and show him to the camera. Hold him up for a second, folks. That was my very first cast of the day. Boy, did you prove me wrong in a matter of minutes, buddy. That is an awesome. That's a what is that?
That's a 5-pounder.
Holy cow, I've never seen anything like that before.
And he just ate that bait.
Just creamed it. Hold him up for one more second. You know, this is the thing, folks, pointed out all the time when we fish for smallmouth. If you're going to hold them up, you always support them like that on the bottom.
Yep, you bet.
Because this is catch and release. But I can't believe that. First cast of the day, Kerry.
Big rascals.
Is that a good sign?
Oh, I think so.
Yeah, I think so, buddy. Well, why don't you go ahead and release that?
Yeah, get her back.
But what we're doing here is oh, there it is. So pretty to see him go.
Watch right to the bottom.
Have you ever had one on the first cast before?
Sure. Actually, it's something that there's a lot of mystique around first cast. Talk to a lot of pros. They don't like to catch him on the first cast.
Oh, don't tell me that. Not after catching
But I'm not one when it's 35 degrees out, snowing and raining. I take them every cast.
Well, you proved me wrong, buddy. Let's get another one.
You bet.
I'll tell you, folks, these pro bass fishermen don't like to get shown up. Kerry, it didn't take you long, about 2 minutes to get the next one on here, buddy.
You bet.
Is it a good one?
You bet.
Oh,
Boy,
man.
I haven't even seen
them yet. No, what pound test do you recommend for this stuff?
I'm using 6, but you can get by with 8, but like I mentioned, we're after turnover, the water's real clear, and you'll get more bites on 6.
Wow, look at that rod go, man. That is something else. We have not seen this fish yet, folks. Oh, another beautiful bass. Holy cow, look at that Kerry beaver. That is gorgeous. You want to bend over and get him? We don't have a Fravel net with us, buddy.
Well, we might have to dig it out.
Ooh, look at that. I'll tell you, that is a cool deal. Now, what you're doing is moving these baits real slow, huh?
Yeah, just crawling them along, kind of mimicking a little cold crayfish.
Can you hold them up there for us,
Sure.
buddy? Oh, not as big as mine.
No.
Still a good 3, huh?
Yep, I still got some work to do to catch up with you, but I'll take these guys all day long.
Oh, that is gorgeous. Wow. Well, I'm stuck on a rock. Oh, darn, I just busted my line, buddy. Can you show me how to put on one of those jigs?
Sure.
Or how to rig up that plastic?
You bet. Got a little football head, that little 1/4 ounce head I was talking about earlier. Got a spider grub. You want to start on the skirted part.
Now, you said straight is important.
Straight is really important because first of all, you don't want line twists. You don't want this thing spinning through the waters it's coming through.
Okay.
Because that's going to make a mess for you. But then you just feed it on there. So the hook pops out down between the legs, and again, you want it real straight between the legs, and then you just push that up, right up against that head.
1 second. So what you did was just push that right up tight to the head of the jig.
Exactly.
And there's your hook, and it's straight, and I'm good to go.
You bet.
All right.
Ready for another giant?
Yeah. Hey, there we go. Kerry's on one now, folks. I just missed one, and to be honest with you, we've actually missed about, 4 or 5? Step up in here so they can see at home, man. But, look at the size of this thing.
Whoa.
Oh, man, look at the tournament angler here. Boy, I'll tell you, this is a big fish, folks. This is a big fish. Kerry, that was so cool, man. That was really cool.
And that one,
that is great, man.
He just about knocked the rod out of my hand.
That is a big fish.
You bet.
You like to back reel on these fish, huh?
You have to. I don't, in spite of using high quality reels.
Here, I can help you with this guy.
You can't depend on them as fast and as strong as these big smallies are.
Well, will your drag actually freeze a little this time of year too?
I get real concerned about it because it is.
Oh shoot!
It is just cold.
I just lost him.
Oh no!
He just broke off.
Oh.
That was a 5.5 pound fish.
Yeah, that was a big fish.
Wow. Hey, we ought to get that Fravel out. You got a net in here?
Yeah, I do.
That might be a little bit easier, folks. I'll tell you, that was a jumbo fish.
It was.
Sorry about that, Kerry.
No, that's okay.
Oh, well, here I got one on now after screwing up your fish there. I've got one on, buddy. Now,
Cool.
we're gonna net these, all right? I think that's a little bit. Whoa! Whoa, look at this guy. Whoa, look at that bass. Holy cow, there we go, buddy. Hey, you know what I'm going to get for you, Kerry? I'm going to buy you a Fravel, buddy.
I would love to have one.
I'm going to get you a Fravel. I forgot mine, and you know, you usually just kind of grab these with the hand deal, but I'll tell you, these bass are so big, you need a new Fravel.
Well, they are, and this one doesn't even want to.
Boy, is that beautiful. And I'll tell you, folks, I have missed quite a few fish, as have you, sir.
Yep.
But it's just really interesting, and after we release this fish, we'll kind of explain to you how we're doing the retrieve here, because it's very important in the cold water. But hold that fish up real nice for the camera once. And that's the smallest fish that we've caught today, isn't it?
It is. Believe that. Yep.
November smallmouth.
Gotta love it,
buddy.
man.
But
Gotta
you know,
love it.
Well, you can release that fish. You want one more picture? There you go.
Yep.
Great. And you know, you're strictly a catch and release angler, which I think is wonderful, you know, for this area up here, the Rhinelander, Eagle River area, to release these fish. But I'm going to cast this thing out for you and hand you the rod, and you can show the folks at home how you're supposed to retrieve these babies, all right?
You bet.
Because there is a system here. So you let her go to the bottom, huh?
Yep. Just make a long cast. We're throwing up on a rock flat, and it's such a steep break that all I'm doing is lifting the rod about 6 inches and then just letting that bait swim down that edge, take up a little bit of slack if I need to, and then just start the whole thing over again. Just lift up a little bit and let it just swim along the bottom.
And your hits are kind of like a dink-dink.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
We've had a couple that were bone jarring, but most of the time they'll hit a lot like a walleye will a jig and a minnow. It'll just be a little bit of pressure and you'll feel a little ding, ding, ding. But don't let that fool you.
All right, well, give me my rod back.
Those are big fish that do
39
that.
degrees out, we got rain, we got snow, and we got smallmouth. We were fishing near Eagle River, a 4.5-hour drive from Milwaukee, 5.5 hours from Chicago, and 4 hours from Minneapolis. For all your fishing news and more information on all our shows, visit lake-link.com. Keyword Gillespie. Oh, look at that bass! Look at this walleye!
Oh, look at that brown trout! Look at that fish, folks!
Hi, folks. John Gillespie here. I ice fish over 100 days a year, and Fravel is my choice for gear that helps me catch more fish and keeps me comfortable on the ice. Check out Fravel's new flip-over shelters. They now feature modular seating. You can choose the number and location of seats that you need. You can easily stack 4 tubs and load them into a single pickup truck. And I know Fravel has the best pullover shelters on the market.
Save big during the early bird Christmas tool sale at Menards. Keep tools organized in quality steel cabinets by Waterloo. This rolling base unit is just $89.88. Add this 3-door middle cabinet for $49.88 and top it off with this 6-door chest, only $69.88. For portable tool storage, check out this 20-inch toolbox by Plano, only $4.99. A 26-inch toolbox with parts organizers is $9.99. Store it and save at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
What my Vexlar has taught me over the years is to move to the fish and not wait for the fish to come to me. It's also taught me to change my lures and presentation to the mood of the fish and not fish with the same lure all day if I'm not catching anything. It's also allowed me to fish through the water column, to find schools of suspended fish and catch fish in the middle of the day when most people are waiting for the sun to go down. I won't go fishing without my Vexlar.
Oh, I just saw that hook set. I'm going to have to break mine off. I was able to get it off.
This fish never moved
Really?
when I set the
This
hook.
could be, you know, the other day, we got to tell everybody, Kerry, you got a 7-pounder the other day.
Yep.
I have never seen a 7-pound smallmouth. 39-degree water temperature.
That's a walleye.
Hey, there you go, buddy. Look at this. Now, there we go. There. This is funny, folks. That is a really beautiful walleye on the plastic whatchamacallit deal, huh?
Yep. The walleyes will get right in there and school right with the small.
Look at that walleye.
That's why he was so tough. He was glued to the bottom.
I thought you were a bass pro.
I am, but every once in a while we get lucky.
Look at that, folks. I thought that was a big smallmouth, but the other day you got a 7-pound smallmouth?
Yeah. There's some truly just magnificent fish in here and all throughout northern Wisconsin. And you spend much time fishing them, you can catch them, you bet.
Well, hey, I got plenty of fish from Lake Erie in the freezer, so
there you go.
Let this guy go here.
That's a beautiful fish.
There you go. Beautiful job, buddy. We thought we had the king of all smallmouth there.
Yep.
Hey, I finally, you know, and I got to be honest with you, I hooked this one by accident. I was just about to reel in, and he was on there, you know that?
Is it a tanker?
I think it feels like, a nice bass. No, it's not a big one.
It's not a big one,
But folks, anywhere in the state would be happy to catch that fish, you know that?
Well, especially when it's snowing.
That's one of the smaller ones that you'll catch, isn't it?
You bet.
But I'll tell you, this is really interesting, folks. You're not catching one after another. I would actually classify this as trophy smallmouth fishing. And what I really think is interesting, Kerry, you did this all the way until when last year?
The day before deer season opened.
The day before deer season, he's out here smallmouth bass fishing. That is just amazing. But now this type of a system, would this apply to any lake in Wisconsin or the Midwest?
You bet. You bet. This is simple smallmouth bass biology. These fish are going to go to the steepest breaks, close to the main basin of the lake, the deepest water, and that's where they're going to spend the winter.
So what we're seeing here, folks, the few times we've been snagged, we've gone up to about 6 feet of water, and it just drops just like this, what you're looking at on the locator now, folks. And that's where they're down in that deeper water, huh?
Oh,
right
yeah.
off the break.
You bet, you bet. In fact, it can be tricky to work because the break is so steep that actually in the length of a boat, you'll go from 6 or 8 feet out to 20 plus feet.
But the steep breaks, that's what you look for.
That's exactly what you're looking for.
Hey, what do you got? Oh my gosh, look at that thing battle you. Is it a hog?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Boy, I'll tell you something. As cold as this water is, folks, these are still smallmouth, and they still fight hard.
They do.
Oh, that is another nice bass.
Yeah, he's not a giant, but he's pretty nice.
Look at the way they bend that St. Croix rod, too.
Man,
that is cool.
They are just...
I'm just going to net them, though, because it's just easier because the water is so dang cold. But that is a beautiful fish, folks. Look at the size of that bass. There you go. That's a nice one. I hate to tell you, folks, how many fish that we have missed today, and that's probably something that we should talk about. You know, we've missed quite a few. And the key is not just getting the bite, it's knowing when to set the hook, huh?
Exactly. Well, it's still smallmouth fishing, and these guys are masters at avoiding the hook. And the key thing is just being able to get a tight line on them when you set the hook.
Right.
They tend to move towards you a lot, and so you're kind of like, is it or isn't it? And with a little bit of practice, though, you can get it down. But look at the belly on that fish.
Oh, yeah, look at that, folks. Look at that. Now, you can tell how that fish has been eaten when you take a look at that gut.
You bet.
But one interesting thing that Kerry has taught me today, and actually the last time I fished with you, too, is that smallmouth are not solitary fish. They're school fish,
You bet. You bet. Yeah, they're happiest when they're together. Sometimes you'll catch some real big fish that'll be solo predators, but by and large, they're school fish.
Hey folks, it's time now to announce this week's winners of the Mills Fleet Farm John Gillespie's Waters and Woods 2003 Fishing Contest. Kevin Kerr of Milwaukee is this week's first winner. Kevin caught this 24-inch bass on Bark Lake on a zip lure. Tracy Van S. of Oostburg, Wisconsin moved into the winner's circle with this 23¼ inch smallmouth bass caught on Keys Lake. She was using a Rapella. Scott Sturba of Matomini, Minnesota landed this beautiful 54¼ inch muskie. He caught that beauty on White Bear Lake on a tandem spin. And Joel Helminger of Adel, Wisconsin rounds out this week's winners with this 42-inch king salmon caught on Lake Michigan on a fly and dodger. All of the winners will receive a $25 Mills Fleet Farm gift card, and they'll be eligible for our end-of-the-year grand prize drawing. To enter, folks, is simple. Just stop in at your favorite Mills Fleet Farm store to pick up an entry blank. We also have hunting and fishing licenses. By the way, all entries must be postmarked by November 15th. Mills Fleet Farm supports catch and release and keeping our water safe and clean. Mills Fleet Farm, your fishing gear headquarters. Before you gather up the gang for the hunting season, don't forget the one thing that no sportsman should be without, a hunting license. At Mills Fleet Farm, you can get nearly every hunting and fishing license, stamp, and application offered by the state. So while you're checking out the latest hunting gear, pick up your hunting license at Mills Fleet Farm. So get everything you need for the hunting season, including your seasonal license, in one stop at Mills Fleet Farm, your hunting license and sporting goods headquarters. Oh, look at that bass! Look at this walleye!
Oh, look at that fish, folks!
Hello, folks, John Gillespie here. I ice fish over 100 days a year, and Frabill is my choice for gear that helps me catch more fish and keeps me comfortable on the ice. Look at these amplifier rods featuring vibration transfer technology. 5 vibration transfer discs turn the smallest nibble into a giant wiggle on my hand. Simply, I catch more fish.
The new stealth technology makes the world's best ice auger even better.
Ice fishing pro Dale Stroshine has drilled thousands of holes through the ice, everyone with a Jiffy.
The stealth features 5 cutting surfaces. It's the smoothest Jiffy ice drill ever built. The stealth PowerPoint grabs fast for quick starts. The stealth ripper blade blows right through the ice. And the Block De-Icer armor prevents ice buildup. The new Jiffy stealth technology gives me more time to catch these.
Jiffy, for over 50 years, we put America on ice. The Jiffy Stealth, winner of 3 consecutive World Speed Championships.
The largest, most powerful forerunner yet. Ready for anything you can think of.
Ooh, I'll tell you, Kerry, you're schooling me on how to catch these smallmouth. Is this a big one?
I haven't even seen it yet,
Okay,
John.
buddy. All right, man. Let me move back a little bit. Folks at home can see it.
He came up.
Ooh.
I don't think he's too bad.
Well, I haven't seen a real small one yet today. Oh, wow.
He came up and jumped, but I didn't get a good look at him. And now he's just kind of staying
It's
down.
really funny that, we're fishing a long bar here, and just certain areas of the bar really have a lot of fish on them.
Yep.
But once you, like you said before, once you find that school, that's another nice fish. There you go, buddy. The nice, what amazes me on this lake, and I know that you have a number of lakes that you guide up here in the Rhinelander Eagle River area, is the weight of these fish.
Yeah, they're really something, aren't they?
But you were explaining to me before that these bass are actually feeding up now, and they're not real active during the wintertime?
Nope, they really get almost catatonic during the wintertime, but this time of year, just before freeze up, they really hang the food bag on, and you can see with the pudgy bellies, they're up here eating crayfish, chasing minnows, young of the year perch, and they know this is the last supper for them.
Ooh, how did that one hit you?
He just about knocked the rod out of my hands, John.
You're kidding, he hit you that hard?
Yeah, he just hit it and took off like a bullet. I have no idea how big it is or...
Well, that's a good sign, I'll tell you, folks. We had rain and snow earlier this morning. We haven't had rain for a while. Maybe these fish are really starting to turn on.
I think so. They're starting to...
Oh, that's a beauty, man. That's another beautiful fish.
Man, that fish hit it.
He just took off, huh?
The way he hit it, you'd have thought he could have caught it. You could have caught him on a spinner bait.
Well, when we're walleye fishing, and you have that happen, when a fish hits it and runs real fast, that means there's a lot of other walleyes around. Does that hold the same for the smallmouth?
Absolutely. There's no doubt about it. They don't like the competition for their food, and not a big one, but that is the dandy fish anywhere.
No, it's just the stomachs on these things just blow me away. But we kind of touched on it before, Kerry, is a couple of days ago you got a 7-pounder?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was a little bit over 23 inches.
I mean, that's just incredible fishing. But this time of the year, the females, their eggs are actually developing, so they're going to be real heavy, huh?
They're probably the heaviest they're going to be all year right now.
Hey, here we go, Kerry. I'll tell you, I borrowed your rod there for a minute because I lost my jig. This one actually jumped out of the water there, buddy.
All right, is he good?
Oh, it's a
dandy.
It's a tank, folks. This is a big bass. I got to keep my rod down.
This is a slob, John.
This is a big fish, folks. Stay down. Oh my! Where do you guys see this smallmouth bass? This thing is just a monster.
Come and see me.
This thing is just a monster.
Turn him right up.
Oh, yeah, we got him. Whoa, I'll tell you what, where do you guys see this thing? Holy cow. Look at the size of this smallmouth bass. Well, I can hardly bend down. I got so many clothes on here. Look at that fish. Folks, look at that bass. That is just a giant slob.
He is.
Oh, did he eat it too, huh?
You bet.
Kerry, what do you think, buddy?
I think that's the way to do it.
Wow. And you know what I did there? You were just about to fix my jig up there and show me how to do it with that super glue, and I cast it right along the brake line there, about 12, 13 feet of water. Now that's closing in on 5 pounds.
Yeah, that's a big fish.
Isn't
it?
That's
a dandy.
Hey, tell the folks how many big ones that you've had bust off today.
Oh, I don't even want to say. I broke off 3 big
fish
today.
setting the hook though.
Yep.
Boy, I'll tell you, that's a major league smallmouth bass, folks. That's going to make my winter nice just thinking about that baby. I'm going to release her right now.
Dandy, John.
Well, Kerry, I guess we're running out of sunlight. What time is it, by the way? I know daylight saving time's in it, and it's what, 10 after 5? It's unbelievable. But this is trophy smallmouth fishing.
Oh, it is. It is. You know, we caught some nice fish today, but there are some truly magnificent fish around.
Really?
You bet.
So, guys, give him a call, man. He's going to be guiding for a couple more weeks. By the way, are you hungry?
Yes, I am.
I got a treat for you. Let's head into shore, all right?
I'm ready.
Well, Kerry, a cold day, fishing out on the water, catching the big old smallmouth. Are you a little bit hungry?
I am starving.
Well, I know that you were putting the boat away, you know, and cleaning up your rods and reels for 4 minutes, right?
Yeah.
And in that 4 minutes, folks, I was able to cook Johnsonville brats. With the new heat and serves, you got to take a look at these. Oh, boy, do those look great. Now, this one is ready for you, buddy.
Oh, sign
You're
me
our
up.
official taste tester today, okay?
Awesome, thank you.
Again, these are the heat and serves, only 4 minutes on the grill.
And
it's going to be hot. And...
Oh, man.
Isn't that outstanding?
It doesn't get any better
And
now.
I'll tell you, you got a cold day fishing like this, folks. You feel a little damp. There's nothing like a little hot food. And again, the cool thing about the Johnsonville heat and serve brats is the fact in 4 minutes, while you were cleaning up the boat, I cooked your brats.
That's amazing. You're a good cook, John.
Keep on eating,
You
buddy,
did
because
good.
I'm going to grab 2 of them right now. Good job, buddy. Kerry Beaver guides smallmouth on a daily basis. For more information, give Kerry a call. That phone number is 715-362-7091. 362-7091.
Without a Yamaha ATV, you're not going very far. The Grizzly 660 Automatic, the only ATV with push-button front diff lock and 4-wheel independent suspension. Where you go now is up to you. Now, get a 2,500-pound Warn winch for just $69.95 with select models.
I'm here at MW Marine, and I'll tell you, folks, you just got to see this Alumacraft Navigator. It's a huge 16-footer with a 52-inch live well. Hey, it's even got a bait well. It's powered by a smooth, dependable 50-horsepower Mercury engine. It has 2 7-foot-long locking rod boxes that will hold 10 rods comfortably. This package includes trolling motor, locator, and more for about $12,000. Get your new Mercury-powered boat from MW Marine today.
At Johnsonville, we actually grill our new heat and serve brats for you. Just microwave and serve for brats that taste juicy, flavorful, and fresh off the grill. Even when you won't be grilling. Welcome to Fresh Grilled Taste. Welcome to Johnsonville.
And folks, that is our show for today. Please join us next week. I don't know where we're going to fish yet, but we'll find a place somewhere. Until then, I'm John Gillespie, hoping to see you enjoying Wisconsin's waters and woods.
The skies are clear, shine on and on. Wisconsin woods and waters.